Now we will see trust model for IoT. According to 2018 Ponemon Global Encryption Trends report, they found that 49% of enterprises are either partially or extensively deploying encryption of IoT data on IoT devices. So the organizations are taking a step in the right direction for recognizing the encryption of IoT device data. It should done correctly and it can be effectively protect privacy and confidentiality, but the challenge remains same. At the end of the day, it comes down to trust. If trust is not established regarding the identity and overall integrity of the device, then encryption and trusted data will not accomplish the desired goal. And if device and the data collected from that device is not trusted, then there is no point in going to handle all the troubles of collecting that data. So we need to build a trust for IoT device data. For example, before IoT, it was always easy to physically check the lock on your door and decide to trust those who had the keys. Now with the internet connected smart locks, you can check or alter their state from anywhere. How can an ordinary person track who has the electronic key and discern that the software controlling the lock is secure and resistant to hacker attack? A February 2017 survey of IoT consumers showed that 72% were not sure how to check if their device has been compromised. That's why we need build a trust in IoT. The word trust in this context means reliance. A trust model shows how each entity in an ecosystem relies on another. And human-centric in this context means a trust model aimed to giving effective administration of security not to computing professionals but to average users. With such a trust model, one can ask following questions like how can IoT device be relied on to defend against the viruses? If I delegate access to my home sensor information to my power utility, what can they do with the information and how it is protected? We need to create a human-centric trust model which can help developers to determine following things. Who and what I can rely on for protection. When I give others access to my device or information from their sensor, how can I rely on them? How can I limit the ability of others to use those devices? Here is what normally we are using digital certificate as it is hardware based root of trust and it provides the strongest means to establish and maintain the authenticated device identity. Now we will see second point, it is encryption to protect the data. With a proper root of trust in place, we have to protect the data because the data is very sensitive, personally identifiable and proprietary. In IoT, this means protection on the device itself. When the data is being transmitted to intermediate points such as IoT gateway and when it is routed to final destination such as the cloud or data center for storage and analysis. So we have to protect a data in when the data is transmitted as well as when data is stored on the endpoint. Required to enable the trust. First is root of trust to enable device authentication. As we all know that to securely participate in the Internet of Things, every connected device needs a unique identification. There are various methods used today to prove an identity like password, biometric, digital certificate and many more. However, when it comes to providing an identity of an IoT device, the choices available depend upon the authentication capabilities of that device. Below 7 points will help to identify various components of trust model. 1. Device and hosted application. To ensure that we are using correct device, we can ask some questions like, when I bring an IoT device into my environment, what aspect can I rely on for security, safety and privacy? What are the intrinsic properties and capabilities of the device that makes it trustworthy? Resource. An IoT device can have various resources made available to a number of entities through the internet. They might consist of devices, controls, and state information, as well as the stream of information from conducted sensors and computation capability. So we can ask the questions like how do I know what those resources are and who has access to them? How do I grant access to the devices? So answer of this question shows the need of the resources. This is the important point, as the user of IoT devices should know that which attribute is properly secured and which attributes are not. To understand this, consider the context. If I give a youngster to access some of the home automation capabilities, I might want to be remembered that this action includes a hot water temperature control and it is not considered child safety by the developer. If I don't remember this thing, that that this application may cause any hazard to that youngster. So the sensor data might have attributes. Some data may be sensitive, like motion data with timestamp GPS coordinates, and derivatives of that data might be claimed to be anonymized. How can such data be reliably labeled? How can proper usage of label be ensured? Classification and labeling can be complex and has liability implications but must be addressed as a part of an IoT trust model. Next is dealing with IoT. Delegating trust. When I bring a device home, I claim it as mine, perhaps with some straightforward gesture. Only I can control it and be a privacy to the data it collects. But if I want to give others access to it, how can that be done reliably and with full understanding of the implication? So this point should be also considered when we are building the trust model. Next is virtual composite devices. These human-centric difficulties need to be considered in IoT trust model because physical device can be virtualized or be a part of virtual composite device, the components of which may be indirect. In home automation, such composite device may be called SIMs, where multiple devices cooperate to perform a certain household task. In an industrial or metropolitan context, composite virtual devices will be arbitrarily complex. Next is automated performance aids. These are systems that can help us to understand that implications of actions such as including something as a component of a virtual device or a system, or implications of delegating trust to some entity. This will be important part of human-centric trust model that address both the scale and the complexity of evolving IoT. Next, identity management system. For these automated performance aids, as well as other IoT related systems, to properly function, the right device or a group of devices and the right entities who are to be trusted need to be identified. This will require identity management systems that are vastly larger in a scale and much more intuitive.